Hey everybody, it's Brick Waffle again, and we are back on Empyrion Galactic Survival, and we have to continue working on the bridge here today. So you can see this is starting to look kind of like a Romulan vessel. I did not intend that when I first started, but it's got that same kind of long neck and big wings and all that stuff, and that's going to be just fine. So in the last episode, we looked at this pit, and I think what we want to do is actually move this back a little bit. I think we need to bring that whole thing back that way, and then we're going to do the same thing over here on these sides to give us a little bit more room inside, like that. There we go. So we're gonna give that staircase and that staircase, same thing over here, and then we're gonna swap this around and do that. That looks a lot better already. We might play with some of these little pieces, but I think that's gonna give us more room to play with the consoles. Now back here, what we want to do is bring this thing out and kind of fill in a little bit more this little observation area that I've been talking about. So the idea here is that your actual command officers who are kind of overseeing things, they're going to be back here. The operation stuff is going to be in the pit. We're going to have some walkways, actually. Let's do that now. Walkways. And let's see if we can put those... Oh, I like the railings too. Might have to play with that. Like that. Right across here. So you can walk across this area if you want, and then kind of see down in the operations area. We don't want to block up any of this kind of ramp area either, so that's just going to be walkways. Can we do stairways? We can't really do them on... Maybe we can. If we do them... Oops, not like that. Can we do them up here? It's going to be hard to get that to line up just right. I think I'm going to have to do it this way, and then put the railing, break the railings on the other side. Oh, that's going to be tough because I won't be able to do it there and on the other side of that. You know what, though? I can do this, though, can't I? Can I do this? This might work. All the way across here. And then on this one, we can do the same thing all the way across here. That's going to work. Okay, great. So they're not actually lined up on one block. They're lined up on two blocks, but nobody's going to be able to tell the difference, so I think that's going to work just fine. It might interfere with some things that we want to place, so we'll find that out as we get a little bit further. But this way, these are nice and safe. If we turn off our jetpack, we can walk up to the front here, and we're not going to fall off of these railings. We can look down into here. It's going to be just fine. And then up here, what we want to have is this is where, you know, Commander would stand with his arms clasped behind his back and stare out into space. You know, that kind of iconic view there. So we want to give this a little bit of some free space out here, but we also want to have room for maybe a little bit of a console, something where he can kind of command all the people behind him to do a bunch of things. So a lot of this now is going to be determined by those console blocks. Let's get off of that, go back to here. Console. Is it this one? One of these. There it is, consoles. So these things, I think here he needs some kind of tactical display, but we don't want it to be standing up in his way. We want something that's too much. It needs to be one wide, maybe right there. He's just going to stand right here and kind of chart his space course from there. That looks good. So down here, what we need to do is kind of fill this up with different kinds of equipment. So we're going to need to have something over here, and we're going to need one of the big ones somewhere in the corner, maybe back on this wall. Actually, let's go ahead and drop our jetpack off, and we're going to drop down into here. So we got console there, console here. We already have one of those kinds. Let's do one of these media centers over here. We need this kind of computer table in the corner. We're basically one of everything that we can fit in here. One of these things, a diagnostic table, this kind of holographic screen. We just want to cram this thing full of equipment, but I don't want it to be in any of the walkways. So that's probably as much as we're going to do. Maybe we'll do a couple of these somewhere. Do we want to do that? I can't really put it under here because of the walkway. Yeah, that's all right. I think we can do that one. And we could also do them up here, but that might be overkill because we're also going to need to light this thing. So that's going to be all of our kind of command consoles and things. Then back here, what I was hoping is just a little area where people could stand and kind of see down into the pit a little bit. Should we add some more walkway railings to kind of cover this part up? Maybe we should add one more. Let's do that. There we go. I think that's better. You can come out here, and then this side we probably need the same thing on that one and that one. Yep. I think that's... yeah, that's alright. We'll leave it alone for now. Maybe we'll change that in the future. But that is more or less the front cockpit done. Now we need a place to actually drive the vessel, and that's where we're going to put our actual cockpit block, because we're never going to drive this thing in first person. We're only going to do this in third person. So let's go ahead and drop that thing right down here. That's too wide. Is the other one also too wide? Let's get rid of these guys for a minute. Actually, let's get rid of the walkways for a minute. And go to there. That seems awfully small for actually driving the vessel. I wonder if we shouldn't put... No, I like that being the kind of observation area to see as it goes forward. I think this is going to be fine. So, you know what? Let's embrace the non-symmetry of it. There you go. The ship's seat right here is still kind of at a center of the whole thing. And then we just probably want one more console block over here. Maybe just a little holographic screen. To kind of stand... Yeah, you could, this way you can see ship status, because it shows a big ship there hovering. Okay. So that whole area here, this is our bridge. And now we're going to have to go back and do a little bit of weird shaping to get this thing to line up right. This needs to kind of flare out just a little bit. And so we're going to have to use some of these little bitty angled corners and that sort of thing to make sure everything lines up. And that is not my favorite thing to do. Just because it's going to be so hard to line up these corners. Where's corner long? Like that. Okay, that's getting better. But it's going to have to come out one more, I think. Yeah, so that's going to have to come all the way across. What I really want is a shape that matches up here. And I don't think such a shape exists, other than maybe that, and leaving some kind of gaps in it. Alright, so I'm going to play with that for a few minutes and see if I can figure out something that I'm happy with that's going to work and connect all this stuff up, and then I'll bring you guys back when I have the front of this thing shaped out. And here we are. That took a tremendous amount of time, kind of an embarrassing amount of time to get all these things to shape up a little bit. But yeah, this big bridge right here, we're going to do some detail work on the outside of that at some point. But yeah, it kind of all slopes down in here, slopes down so that it goes back into the main area, and it slopes in over here. I think what we're going to do is probably have some that starts right around here and flares out towards that end a little bit. So we'll have to look at that. But let's go ahead and pop in here. I've got the flashlight out, since I haven't put any lights on the inside yet. Let's pop in here. Let's drop our jetpack. And this area right here, this is going to be a big corridor that goes up to the bridge. Probably put some ammo cans in there and whatnot. This area comes down into the command console. This is the actual cockpit of the vessel. And then over here, we've got our operations area where you can kind of look down in there and see what's going on. People can work down in there. And then here, as we said, is our commander's station where he can say, okay, set a course for that place. I'm going to stand here and observe. So yep, pop down here. Nothing's really changed. Pop back up here. And we've got this area. And of course, that means there's a bunch of area underneath what is basically the neck of the vessel. And so let's go ahead and hop down here for just a second, and we'll see what we've done with that. That area right here, this is the main section. This is where the original core and cockpit block are. And over here, we might do something like a sick bay back here. In fact, I don't think we need these blocks either now. Yeah, so we'll do a sick bay back in here, and that's actually a good thing to use our O2. Oops, not that. This stuff. Move that out of the way. We have those O2 and medical stations in here. Let's go ahead and put a few of those in. We'll put the medical stations in either corner. And let's also put some O2 in here as well, so people can get their oxygen. Let's just put one in here in the middle. And then we're going to put some surgical bays. Hey, you know what? Maybe let's not do that. Let's do here and here. We're going to zap that one. We'll do some diagnostic consoles, that sort of thing. And I do want to get one more oxygen generator. Is it O2? Yeah, there it is. O2 station. And we're going to put these in the hangars as well, as I mentioned. So when people dock their vessel, the first thing they can do is come in and get some O2, because that's what they're going to want to do. So we've got our observation area over here, and we're going to put our O2 stations in the corner. Maybe like there. And then, of course, we'll go one away from that side on the other side. Let's just sprint around the corner. One away from that side right there. Perfect. So you can come in here, dock your ship, get some O2 before you go on the vessel, or get some O2 right before you leave. Fantastic. So we do have a little bit of work to do. We have to kind of seal this part in. I don't think that's going to be too hard because I think what we're going to do is just bring this in a little bit here. We'll do that right across, right to, did we go? We went all the way to the edge of the platform. There we go, down and just come across here. And actually we don't need to come across all the way that far. We're going to take this right back out. That was silly. Oops, nope, that one can stay. Why is that not charging anymore? Okay, because we're out of ammo. Interesting that the beam doesn't stop. All right, and then we're going to take these guys out. There we are. So that looks just fine right now. That is going to lead into this area. These are going to be our command consoles. And that means the only way to get through the bridge is you're going to have to go past the hangar area. Or we could potentially put another elevator system down by sickbay. And you know what? I think that's exactly what we want to do. I want to put another elevator in right there. So right in front of the bridge entrance, we're going to have another elevator. Don't think we need any more medic stations. We'll hang on to those for now. Where's our elevator blocks? Nope. Elevator. And we're going to do that one. And then we can, whoop, nope, no we can't. Turn off the jetpack. It's really hard to use this thing. All right. Drop those right here. So now we've got either end of that. We can go up and down into the different parts of the ship that we need to. This one can also go down into the generator areas. We've got our hangars. We've got our bedroom area. I think the last thing to do is to kind of shape up the back of the vessel the same way we did the front, and then also to connect this up on the tops. So here, I think what we want to do is just bring this in a little bit and then go right up to, I want to be one short of the edges, if that makes any sense, because that way it'll give us a little bit of inset detail. And for now, we're just going to make this nice and flat all the way across. Now we'll probably put some windows in here at some point, just so people can see out when we're flying around. But I think that's what we want to do here, and we'll probably do the same thing in the back. So that one already is kind of inset by one. I think that's fine, we'll just keep it. Yep, missed one. We'll do this up here, and we haven't decided if we're going to do anything with this upper storage area yet. We've got that sickbay that we still need to decorate. And in here, I think what we're going to do is just come across the top, and again, will be one inset to give it a little tiny bit of detail. Just like that, all the way around. Over here, and two more rows there. Oh, that guy, and then this one. So these things will kind of stick out a little bit from the main body of the ship. Yeah, this definitely needs something that kind of is about maybe half of that size and then kind of tapers into a wing over here. That's going to be necessary for sure. And then over here, what we need to do is kind of bring the same thing down all the way to there, and like that. We'll do the same thing on this other side. Bring that down, and like that, and we'll see what that looks like on the inside. We'll probably have to fix that in a little while. And then I think we're going to have to move the generator forward a little bit just to make this fit. Maybe not, because this is also going to have to sweep up to that a little bit. Let's use the slopes for that, because we want this to sweep up pretty steeply. Like, there we go. So we're going to do that all the way across. Do we want it to go that far? I don't think we do. I think we only want it to go here. Like those 5? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be just fine. And that means we can use this like that to go across here. And then we'll do the same deal. So we'll just bring this one all the way up. Cross like that. And these are going to have to come all the way up as well. Let's do it this way. That'd be a little faster. And like that, I think. Yeah, that'll have to work. And bring this one across. And then that up. And that up. Not sure what I want to do with this. I'm going to bring that up here as well, because Because I think the next big trick is going to be connecting this side here to that. I think I want to start maybe there. Maybe we'll come out by 3. Let's come out by 5. Oop. And then we'll come out by another 5. And then we'll come out by 3. Oop. Man, this is hard to grab just like that. And then another 3. No, that's the wrong block. Not stairs. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to have to come out by 2. Nope, just 2. All right, can't do it. Go 2, 2, 2, and 2. Is that roughly the shape that I want to have? Yeah, it actually is. That's going to be just fine. So now I'm going to have to do that. Oh, it did 6. Okay, so 5, 6, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Man, that's going to be tough. Okay, so over here, it's how many blocks away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the 8th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the 8th one. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 5, 6, 4, 3? 5, 6, 3, 4. Ugh, that's tough. 5, 6, 3, 4. Then 2, 2, 2, 2, and that one. So let's go back up here, make sure we're symmetrical. Yeah, it looks like we are. So that is going to be our big wing area, and that we only really want to go up about halfway. It's probably only we wanted to go up and down 3 on this one. And this is going to be purely decorative. So let's go ahead and fill that all. Nope. Well, that's fine. Doesn't matter. No, I don't want to do that though. There we go. And we're just, that's actually exactly what we're going to do. We're going to bring that all the way out on the top and bottom like that. And fill this all the way across. So let me go ahead and do this part. And then I'm going to put some angled pieces in here so that it kind of slopes back gently. I'll do the other side as well, and then I'll be right back. All right, so now we have these big wing shapes to help with this dimension. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to also put some things in this direction, and I think I'm going to try something a little bit different for that. Let's see about getting some of these cylinders and round 4-way controllers here, or connectors. And I think what we want to do is actually... Do I want to do that? Now I'm not sure. Now that I see it up against that, I don't think it's actually going to be big enough doing it that way. Maybe we should use these. Let's see about that. Would I want to do that? Let's see what that looks like. Bring that out to about there. And then we'd want to flip this around like that, all the way over to here. And then at the ends, we would need some of these corner pieces, like that. One more of these. And then some squares, some cubes, rather. Yeah, that does look a lot better, actually. So we want to go 1, 2, 3 full blocks, and on the 4th full block, go there, and we want that to come out to 2nd from the end here. So 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th full block, we want one of these guys. Let's do it that way, and we're going to come out to the 2nd from the end on that right. Come on, snap to it. I'm still holding left mouse button, please. There? Yeah, got it. Okay. So let me go ahead and put in the rest of these on both sides. And then we're going to shape up the back, and I think that's going to probably finish the exterior shape of the vessel. We'll have a little bit of work to do on the inside, obviously, when we're done with all that. All right, so I will see you again here in just a minute. All right, so we got the front end done. So we got those things top and bottom. A little bit tough to see because it's all kind of gray right now. And we've got the other side done the same way. So now this is starting to look pretty interesting. I'm not super thrilled with how that turned out. I wish it was a little bit rounder, but it's just not really possible given the options we have. I could swap these out for the rounded pieces, but again, it's just going to be 45 and 90-degree turns. So on the back, I think what I'm going to do is just go straight out in this line, just like that. And I'm kind of tempted to do the same thing over here, bring this out and then just go straight back. But I needed to go, out a certain distance. So we'd have to figure out where that would be. So it'd be 2, and then it would come in, like basically this, but extend it straight out. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to knock that out, and I'm going to knock the front or the back part out here, and just take this up and across and over, and then we're going to stick some engines on this thing. But I think we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to do a little bit off camera in between episodes to kind of redo this to be a nice, smooth, straight line. And that might mean tapering that in a little bit. And then we'll pick back up in the next episode with engines and interior lights and that sort of stuff. So hopefully you guys are liking this series. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe. And as always, I've been Brickwaffle. Thank you for watching.